You can hit him, kick him, gently abuse him, set him on fire, we'll abuse him. Heaven knows he won't hold a grudge.
Hi guys, welcome to Action and Acting Episode 3.
I'm Brandon.
And I'm Quinn. Please be sure to follow us on social media at QuinnShara, hashtag QuinnShara, or at Dirty Red Stunts, hashtag Dirty Red Stunts. Today we're going to be covering... what?
We're covering the top 3 things that I want to achieve in my goal as a stunt guy. And you're covering?
I'm covering the 3 types of roles or films that I would do best in according to what my type is. And that's something that we can actually address later in future episodes. But let's go and get started right into it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and go first, since you went first last time. The first thing that I think I would do good in, or a type of film or style that I would do good in, is 007. Now, I know that I've always kind of been, look young for my age, but as I get older, I'm going to get even more beautiful. At least that's what people say. It's not like a ego trip or anything. And I really love the style of those because I get to play like the manly, the handsome, the charming. And I think that's something that I can actually pull out really well, especially as I get into my later years. So that's something I'm really looking forward to. And then what about you? What's your first one?
Well, I got to piggyback off that real quick. Are you talking about strictly 007 or some like Johnny English style stuff? Where you get the,
Well, I could go for some Johnny English type stuff. Like I really love the character he brings to those things. It's a lot of fun. I was not expecting that. Good one.
Hey, sorry. So, my number one goal in the stunt community, my goal since I came out here, is to double Christopher Hibju. You guys who know him as Tormund Giantsbane from the Game of Thrones series. He was also in, I want to say it was Fate of the Furious.
Yep.
But a little known fact, which I don't really share with anybody, but I'm going to share with you guys, is I actually carry him in my wallet.
Everywhere you go.
Everywhere I go as a goal. It's a reminder. Every time I open my wallet, it's a reminder of my goal as a stuntman.
So
that's what I want.
That's like a token that you carry around to be like, hey, here's something that I want to focus on, something that I want to do.
Right. And it actually all started from me staying at a hotel in Texas. Actually, it was New Mexico. And walking past a big cardboard cutout of him, and they were like, "Oh, you look just like that dude." I'm like, "Oh man, I do."
Yeah,
I had long hair at the time.
Honestly, from even pictures, whenever you've had like a longer beard, I could definitely see that.
Right, and he's only an inch taller than me, and he's actually not that much bigger than me, even though he appears huge.
Yeah, but also whenever you're on film, you look huge too. Most people tell you that all the time. So
yeah, that's true. All right, so what's your second thing that you're wanting to do?
Second thing that I would love to do is something in the realm of like the Bourne series. I'm very, very, very much drawn to like the espionage, the action. There's even like some stunts, and I love guns. So, I would get to play with guns, and I'd get to be a badass.
I'm kind of sensing a theme here, actually. Yeah. 007, the Bourne series.
It's all about knowing what your brand is.
That's true.
That is true. You have to know what your strengths are, and I generally do best in more like dramatic action type pieces. Even though some people say that I should really do comedy because whenever I'm just being myself, I can come across pretty funny. And
Johnny English.
Yeah. All right, so there's my second one. What about you? What's your second one?
So my second one, there's a huge stunt team. You guys probably know of them. It's called 8711. Ran by Chad Stahelski. Had a brain fart there for a minute. And it's a huge... He's trying to smell my brain fart. Is that what that was?
Yeah.
All right, so they're a huge stunt team. You've seen their work in John Wick, Deadpool, and a bunch of other big, huge budget movies. They did like the Avengers movies and stuff like that. And so I want to join that team. And it's not an easy road to do so. Every stunt guy probably wants to join that team.
How hard is it to get on that team? And what are some of the requirements, or like in order to you get on the team and then onto one of those sets?
So it's pretty hard. One, you got to get on there, and you've got to you have to be already established as a stunt guy, have a lot of skills, stuff like that. And they're very professional as far as they have standards on physical requirements, constant training. You have to constantly be training with the group, and you're going to have to train with them for a while before they start actually hiring you to work for them. So
kind of like a vetting process for any kind of job, right?
Yeah, because they want the best of the best,
right?
Because they are the best. And so that's a goal of mine. That's the second goal of mine.
Sweet. Okay, so the last one that I think I would do good in, I've always been drawn towards like the noir type films. I really love the old style of films. So I was thinking somewhere along the lines of like a Taxi Driver, or maybe kind of like an old gangster flick. And I feel that I would do really good with like a darker kind of like anti-hero. I know that you love the anti-hero too.
I love the anti-hero.
So I think that could work out really well. Yeah, that's my third pick. What about you?
That's a good one. That's a good one too.
Could you see that?
I could see that. I could actually see that a lot. And once again, I'm seeing that trend. That trend
But
there.
it's also part of like the brand.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's a great idea. So my third thing is being a part of an established series of something, right? So the Avengers is a great one, right? You've got guys doubling Spider-Man, Thor, Hulk, all those things.
The Infinity Wars.
Infinity Wars, wow, awesome movie. But you also got Lord of the Rings. Like I would love to be a part of a film series like that. The Hobbit, something Game of Thrones, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like some established movie series. Like I have no want or need to be an actor, but it would be good to be an established stuntman on something like that. But unfortunately, unless you're doubling the main actors, if you get cast on something like that, you die, and then you can't come back to that show ever.
As long as they don't see your face, you can.
Yes, that's true. If they see your face, we call it being burned. You can't be on that show anymore. But yeah, that's kind of my 3 goals.
Yeah, that actually kind of ties into a little bit of the acting side too. Like if you're working on a project, like a TV series or a movie, and you do play one of the smaller characters and they see your face or you have lines and you die, you're not going to be able to come back for that. So that's something to consider whenever you're going about getting your work and submitting for your roles and where you want your career to develop to.
Right.
So yeah, I think that's a really, really quick 3 and 3. I love that.
Yeah, we kind of have we have our own little rhythm going on. 3, 3, 3.
I like 3s.
Hey,
Everything's good in 3s. There's a rule of 3s.
Yeah, we feel like we need a third person then. Third person, green screen, done. Let's green screen somebody right here.
We could try. I'm interested.
Christopher Hibju.
If I'm able to get a picture of that, I'm going to.
Oh my
I'm
god.
going to see if I can make that happen. But okay, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Action and Acting.
And listening to us just ramble on about our hopes and dreams, I guess, is really what we just did.
Well, but at the same time, there's also valuable insight and intelligence into what we're trying to provide to you guys. Because even though we're just being best friends and trying to bring something to you, there's legitimate value in some of the things that we're saying.
Yeah, I mean, we're not trying to blow smoke up your butt or anything like that.
Because that doesn't help us out, and that certainly doesn't help you out.
No, and we know exactly how hard it is to make it in this business, and we're doing well enough for ourselves where this is our steady job. We're not having to work other jobs to make do. So I would say we're successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so cool. That kind of transitions us right into what we want to bring you for episode 4, and that is going to be called
Know Your Role.
Know Your Role. And what that's going to cover is, from the acting perspective, things that you, in my opinion, should do in order to be prepared for your character, prepared for your audition, and just pretty much stuff in that realm. So that way, when you show up, you're ready. And it also kind of covers part of my process, so I'm ready whenever I show up. What about for the stunt side?
So for the stunt side, it's going to be a lot of things that, as stuntmen, you are expected to do, but you're not always told. And if you don't do those things, it could cost you future work. So stay tuned for that because it's going to be interesting.
All right. So that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, follow, and subscribe because we rely on you. And you can always just click the button below, like this button. This button. And all right. See you guys next week on Actions and Acting. Boom.
He'll look you in the eye and tell you with a smile there ain't nothing like the life of a Hollywood stuntman.